Roll is.
He's a comedian?
Come on now, we all know who he is.
The guy you carry, right?
Yeah, exactly. The guy who brought me here.
So after 3 practices, give us a little rundown on how the quarterbacks are looking. I know it's only been 3, but just
yeah, it's only been 3. Today was just like kind of hit the wall of new material and new installs, but it went well. I think the guys are getting together. There's a new vibe in the quarterback room. The guys are working hard. They understand that the job's open, and I love the way each day they're bringing their hard work.
How challenging is it going into the spring, not having you knew who's going to be the man? Now you're
Exactly. I love it. I mean, I definitely the competitiveness, the energy level, the guys are ready to rock and roll. They came here not to be a backup, they came here to be a starter. So now, the spotlight's on them. It's their time. Every rep counts, every meeting counts. And so everything from off the field to on the field is being graded and being evaluated. So they're loving it.
Can you give us a quick rundown on all 4 guys that have seen the reps on 11?
Yeah, I mean, Michael, Faithful, Jerry Neuheisel, and Asante have been here for 2 or 3 years now. So they kind of know how we do things around here. They've the terminology, the communication from the sideline to the field. They got a good feeling of what's going on out there. I haven't seen Brett executing it for the past 3 years. I mean, they kind of caught on to that. Josh right now is just kind of getting used to what Coach Moore wants every day. How do we practice? How do we finish? Just really the core of what our offense is about and what our team's the image. What we're trying to work for. But they're doing a good job. They're working hard. Josh is a bright kid. All those guys are bright kids. But I think right now I like where we're at.
Are there any disadvantages to the way the practices are structured with having only the focus on 2 each day?
I don't believe so. I think it makes it easier for coaches to kind of get who's the guy on that day. We're going to give you this day. You know what the script is. Go execute, okay? I think if you give guys like 5 reps, 5 reps, 5 reps, 5 reps, well, it's kind of hard to get that modem, that flow. All right, we want repetition. Those guys just can't go 3 plays and out. They need to go through reps and get the opportunity to have more chances to look at the defense, have more reps, and get a real feeling of who this quarterback is and how good he is.
What did you think about Josh did on Thursday when it was kind of one of his days?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was his first time getting team reps in his career in college football. So I thought he handled it well, handled the pressure well. There's also a lot of room to improve, and he knows it.
What do you think will be the biggest challenge for a freshman like Josh to kind of step in?
I just think, obviously it's one step faster from high school to college. Just the defense recognition, kind of the speed of the game at the line of scrimmage standpoint, stunts, pocket awareness. If he has the confidence and the composure to sit in the pocket and read downfield, then he'll be all right.
Since he was here a quarter early, how do you go about from that quarter to now getting him prepared when you're not on the field?
Coming from the quarter he came here
the quarter
now,
that he was already here.
Obviously there's rules where we can't really work with those guys, but I believe the way he worked with Coach Losen, our strength coach, I mean, just building body mass and getting stronger. So now it's football zone. So now his mind went from what is college, how do I go to my classrooms, what's how we work out here, and now he's in practice mode. How does Coach Moore coach? How do we coach? How do we communicate? What's the lingo? Speak the lingo when we're out there. And he's doing an excellent job kind of fitting in and knowing where we're going.
Have you seen a jump with Asante just from practice from last season and just 3 practices? Have you seen an improvement from him?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, when you think about Brett's era, you don't really kind of, where Brett, where Jerry was at and where Asante was, but now when the focus is on him, everything is getting critiqued from the way he jogs on the field to the way he throws his last pat and go throw. So I see that there's confidence. I see that, hey, it's now or never. And I love that kind of attitude. I want those guys to feel like, hey, each day I'm being evaluated. Each day I get a chance to improve my chances to be the guy here.
Where do you think someone like Jerry's grown the most since he's been here?
Yeah, I mean, Jerry, I don't know how old Jerry is. He's been here forever. 22 years old,
22,
Exactly. Being a coach's son, obviously learning the game of football is simple for him. I think becoming mature, I've really enjoyed having him in my quarterback room. I enjoy coaching him, and I like where he's at right now.
That's good.